Vandi, the Wicked Princess. I still remember the night when the screams echoed through the village. It was dark, too dark, as if the moon itself was hiding. That's when I heard the whispers about the princess. They said she lived in the old castle on the hill, once beautiful but now a shadow of its former self. People said she was cursed. They called her wicked because she would lure men into the woods, and they'd never come back. One evening, my friend Abasi dared me to go to the castle. I was scared, but I didn't want to seem weak. As we approached, the air grew colder. The castle loomed over us, its stones cracked and covered in vines. We crept inside, the door creaking like it hadn't been opened in years. The air smelled of dust and decay. We searched room after room, finding nothing but old furniture and cobwebs. Then we heard it, a soft, eerie melody coming from the tower. Curiosity got the best of us, and we climbed the stairs. The song grew louder, wrapping around us like a fog. I looked at Abasi, and I could see fear in his eyes. We pressed on, each step heavy with dread. When we reached the top, there she was. The princess sat by a window, her long hair flowing like shadows. Her eyes were dark and deep, almost pulling us in. She smiled, but it was not a kind smile. It felt like a trap. "Come closer," she said, her voice sweet and smooth. My heart raced. Something inside me screamed to run, but Abasi stepped forward, mesmerized. "Don't!" I shouted, grabbing his arm. But it was too late. He was lost in her gaze. She reached out a hand, and I saw the truth in her eyes. There was nothing human left in her. Suddenly, the room grew cold. I felt a force pushing me back. Abasi was still moving toward her, entranced. I pulled him with all my strength, and finally, he snapped out of it. He looked terrified, like he'd just woken from a nightmare. "We have to go," I yelled. We ran down the stairs, the princess's laughter echoing behind us, chilling my bones. We burst out of the castle into the night, gasping for breath. I glanced back, but the castle looked just like any other old ruin. No sign of the wicked princess. But I knew what we had seen was real. From that night on, we never spoke of it again. The village still whispers about the princess. Sometimes on dark nights I hear her song floating through the air, and every time I feel that pull, that dark promise. But I know better now. Stay away from the old castle. Some doors should never be opened.